Well, hey there, I am Jennifer Roskamp, a certified life coach and homeschool mom of 9 who is passionate about helping women just like you embrace the here and now while also being focused on creating the life you actually want. As a midlife mom in her 40s, about to be a mom in my 50s, I've realized that it's so easy to lose yourself in caring for your family, your home, and all the things. Until one day you realize you're not even sure who you are anymore or what you even want in life. So on this podcast, we're going to work on managing yourself well so that you can manage all of the other things and people well too. So let's dive into what it means to manage your home, your time, your family, and yourself well. This is the Intentional Midlife Mom podcast. Well, it's Monday, and here on the podcast, you know what that means. That means that it is time for a shiny new mantra. What is a mantra? A mantra is essentially a truth, a power statement that you can park your thoughts on and really just embrace and just kind of internalize. And these mantras that I share, they are going to make you feel equipped. They are going to make you feel validated sometimes, understood sometimes, and just ready to take back control of your own thoughts. And when we control our thoughts, as opposed to external circumstances or even sometimes internal factors that aren't real healthy, when those are controlling our thoughts and we're not the one consciously doing that, well, that is exactly what I call riding along in the back seat, as opposed to being in the driver's seat where you are the one deciding who you are and where you are going. And mantras are almost like your secret weapon for helping you climb out of that back seat and into the driver's seat. That's what a mantra is. And I share them here all the time. I share them with my coaching clients all the time. They are just so powerful because I'm not sure if you've noticed, but those thoughts, your thoughts, they so easily get away from you. And when they get away from you, they take you to all kinds of places you likely don't want to go. And so mantras are a way of taking back your thoughts so that you can form the thoughts that you actually want to have, so that you can start taking the actions you actually want to take that are going to bring you where you actually want to go. See how this is like total driver's seat driving as opposed to backseat riding where life happens to you. Let's decide the kind of life you're going to have. Mantras help you do that. So, the mantra that I have for today is this. And this is one of my this was actually prompted. I find myself sharing this concept and and it really is a thought and a concept along with a mantra. And I have found myself sharing this with so many women of all different ages these past few weeks. I've been sharing this with young people who are under 20. I've been sharing this with women who are later in years and dealing with retirement and life transitions and caring for aging family members and just so many different things. This is a mantra. This is a thought, a mantra, a concept that is going to help you no matter what age you are, no matter what stage of life you are in, because it's something that we so often forget. And and where I think how this has become such a necessary mantra for us today is because comparison, right? The ability that we have to compare ourselves to others these days. I think we have the ability to do that with social media and just so much connectedness, so much ability to be able to see into the lives of other people. I think it feeds this almost human need that we have to compare ourselves. It's almost like we can't help it. And we can do it so much more easily these days. And so comparison is around every single corner. It's like everywhere you look. You can so easily compare yourself, your situation, your family, your home, your health, your physical appearance, your mental appearance, your vacations, the cars you own, all the things we're constantly comparing to other people. And so this mantra really speaks to that concept because so often when we compare ourselves, we deem ourselves less than. We can identify ourselves as and define ourselves as a failure, as someone who is lacking, as someone who just simply does not measure up to whoever or whatever you're comparing yourself to. And what we so often do is we see all these other people, we see all these other women, and we see where they are right now. But what we don't see and what we don't know in almost all the cases is where they were before today. You might be looking at a woman who has all of these things, this lifestyle, this family, the own her own physical appearance, all these things. You're looking at her and you're saying, "Wow, when am I ever going to be able to do that? That's not possible for me." Or we feel like these dreams and goals and aspirations that we have are out of reach. So often we kind of put the fire out that we feel to do something or become something before it even starts because we deem that somehow that's not possible for us. We deem that somehow we're not worthy or we're not able. We're not smart enough. We're not diligent enough. That's just not the way that I'm wired. And so we never even get off the starting line. And so this mantra is really going to help you get off the starting line and get the right perspective, especially because we live in a society where you are likely comparing yourself, whether or not you realize it. You are comparing yourself in all kinds of ways to all kinds of people and circumstances and situations and lifestyles around you. So here's the mantra: everyone starts somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. If you are looking at someone who has that lifestyle or a particular situation or a type of home or some type of uh, freedom that you would like to be able to have, I would love to be able to have the ability to do that, but that's just not possible for me. Well, at some point that wasn't possible for her either. You're just seeing where she's at today. You're not seeing how long it took her to get there or what it took for her to get there. You're not seeing that maybe in the beginning, right? Because that's where everyone starts. Everyone has to start at the beginning. Well, if you're looking at the middle of her journey, maybe at the beginning of her journey, it looked just like yours looks. And so we get in this place where we're defeated before we even start because we're looking at somebody who's farther down the path and we can't usually see their beginning because that's where you're starting. But that's where she started too. Everyone has to start somewhere. Everyone has to start at the beginning. Whatever it is was new. Just like it's a new concept, maybe something new that you're trying, that was new for that other person at one time too. It just so happens that now it's not. So again, everyone starts somewhere and everyone starts at the beginning. Again, these past few weeks, I've said that to women so many times because they're feeling discouraged. They're feeling like what they're going after, what they would really try to accomplish, what they would really sight their sets on, if only they would allow themselves to dream and even think that it's possible. Everyone starts at the beginning. Don't compare your beginning to where somebody else is. Maybe you've heard that cliche, right? Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. But we do it, and we do it all the time. But remember, whatever it is you're wanting to start, maybe there's a new habit, there's something you want to try. It could be something as simple as just getting up earlier in the morning. Whatever it is, everyone has to start somewhere. You have to just start. It's totally normal to feel things like uncertainty. It's totally normal to feel that lack of confidence. Sometimes it's totally normal to feel a sense of fear when you try something new or when you start something. Starting is scary in a lot of cases, but everyone has to do that. You've got to push past that. You've got to stop allowing yourself to be limited by comparison. You have to focus your own eyes on the journey you're trying to take and keep your eyes focused on what you are doing, not what anyone else is doing. And remember, everyone starts somewhere. You've got to just start. Don't worry about all of those other things. Don't worry about what it even looks like for someone else. Everyone starts somewhere. Just get in there and start. because everyone starts at the beginning. And you know what? Once you start, well, it's no longer new, but everybody has to do it that way. So that's the mantra I have for you today. Haul it out this week when you're feeling timid, when you're feeling limited, perhaps when you find yourself in that comparison trap. You have no idea what it's like for someone else. You only see this little bit that you see that's visible. Don't let what you see happening and going on with someone else, don't let that limit you because you feel like that isn't attainable for you. You've got to get in there and just start. Everyone starts somewhere, and it's at the beginning. So get out there and start at the beginning this week. We'll talk again soon.